Hello again, I'm James. I'm an actor and a magician, and a friend of BICT's. Welcome back to my magic workshops that I'm doing as part of BICT and Friends at Home. Each week, I'm teaching you a magic trick that you can do with things from around your own home. I'll show you the trick, then I'll teach you the secret behind it so you can do it too. And then I'll share some tips about how you can be a better magician and a better performer. For the final week, we're bringing together lots of the ideas that we've already looked at. And I'm going to share a thought about thoughts. But first, we're going to look at an experiment in ESP, extrasensory perception. For this, you're just going to need a handful of coins. This is the money mystery. The performance this week is a bit different for two reasons. Firstly, the money mystery uses coins. And even with big coins like these American half dollars, it's hard to see which way up they are when you're looking on a screen. And it's important in the trick that you can tell whether each coin is heads or tails side up. So, I made some very special coins just to do the trick. Here they are. Nice and colourful. They're red on one side, green on the other. There's a big H for heads, reds is heads, on this side, and a T for tails on the green side. So these are much easier to see, and we'll use these to do the trick with. The second reason the performance is different this week is that you need to do the money mystery for someone. You need to have someone help you with the trick. So, I'll show you once with the special red and green coins and the help of a tea towel, and then I'll show you a second time so you can see how I would actually do this if I was performing it for someone using coins. The money mystery. I have a collection of my special coins here, but they're all jumbled up. Some heads, some tails. Actually, I'm going to mix them up even more and I won't even look. I'm going to close my eyes and slide them around the table so I have no idea where anything is. And then cover everything up with the cloth. Is it all hidden? Yes, good. Now, I need just 6 coins, again, without looking. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There they are. I'll hide them away quickly. Make sure everything else is covered up. Good, good, good. Now, I have no idea what's behind my back. I have no idea what's left under the cloth. But I can use my magic power to sense heads and tails. I think I know what we've got. Now, if I can just sense which way up these are. That's a head. Yep. Yep. Uh-huh. And yes. 4 heads and 2 tails. At least that's what I could sense. Let's take a look. A perfect match! 4 heads and 2 tails, with the power of magical sense alone. That's the money mystery. That was a special performance of the money mystery just for this workshop, so it was easy for you to see using these special coins. But normally I wouldn't do the trick like that. Normally I would use real coins and I'd have someone help me. Before we get onto the explanation, let me show you what an actual performance would look like. Once I'd spread the coins on the table, I would turn around so I couldn't see. I'd turn my back and ask the person helping me to mix the coins on the table by sliding them around. Once they were happy they were mixed up, I would ask them to slide 6 of the coins towards me, still with my back turned. So they do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I ask them to cover the rest of the coins with their hands, so I can't see anything. Still with my back turned, I pick up the 6 coins that they've slid towards me, hold them behind my back, and now I can turn back round and they're still covering this up with their hand. So at no point do I see any of the coins. That's important. Now I can bring my coins out, spread them on the table, and when they reveal their coins, we can see magically I've matched 1, 2, 3, 4 heads, 1, 2, 3, 4 heads, 2 tails and 2 tails. So without seeing anything, somehow magically I can bring my coins out so that we have exactly the same number of heads and tails. Is it really possible to just sense which coins are heads and which coins are tails? I don't think so. But it is true that I never look at the coins. So how can I make sure that the number of heads and tails matches in the two groups? Well, to explain, we're going back to our special red and green coins. And to do the trick, you need 12 coins. And at the beginning of the trick, half of them, or 6, are heads and the other half are tails. That's important. It's okay if your helper notices, but it's better if it looks like it doesn't matter. So I mix the coins around on the table first, but I make sure that there's still 6 heads and 6 tails. You want to keep those numbers, so it's a really good idea when you ask your spectator to mix the coins, you ask them to mix the coins by sliding them around the table. That way they shouldn't accidentally flip the coins over. You turn your back while they're mixing the coins, and then you ask them to slide you 6 coins. So let's say they slide me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coins. And then they cover up the other ones with their hands. Let's take a look at how the coins are divided right now. They've given me 4 heads and 2 tails. And they've got 4 tails and 2 heads. Oh, so they've got the same number of tails as I have heads. And the same number of heads as I've got tails. This always happens. If you have 12 coins, half are heads, half are tails, and you divide them into 2 equal groups, you'll find that the number of tails in one group matches the number of heads in the other group. But that's not what I want. I want the number of tails to be the same as the number of tails, and the number of heads to be the same as the number of heads. So I need to change all my heads into tails, and I need to change all my tails into heads. But there's a really easy way to do that. I can just turn all my coins over. If I turn all 6 of my coins over, those 4 heads become 4 tails, and the 2 tails become 2 heads, and now everything matches just like I need it to. So, let's go back a moment. These are the coins they've given me, remember? Behind my back, I very carefully gather up all 6 coins, making sure I don't turn them over. Then behind my back, where nobody can see, I secretly turn over the whole stack of coins, and now very carefully put them back onto the table without turning them over again. As long as I do that carefully, I know that my tails will now be the same as their tails, and my heads will now be the same as their heads. It works automatically. All I have to do is dress it up with some presentation, and this is where you wave your hand over their hand and you say, oh, yes, oh, that feels like a head, and oh, I think I can feel a tail here. Oh, yes, I think I know what you're holding. And then behind your back, you do the same thing. Oh, yes, I think this one's... I have no idea what I have behind my back, but all I have to do is turn the whole stack over and then put them back on the table, and this will work all by itself. The money mystery is a great trick with a simple secret, and it brings together all the tips we've talked about already. Someone is helping you, so it's important to give them clear instructions so they know what to do and they don't accidentally turn over some of the coins. You can use the magic if to think about what it would be like if you really could sense heads and tails. And while what you have to do is quite easy, carefully gather up 6 coins, turn them over, carefully put them back on the table. It's still important to practice so you know exactly what you're going to do and exactly what you're going to say, your script. My final performance tip is something extra that you can add to your script. Your script is what you're going to say, but you also have a silent script. Your silent script isn't what you say, it's what you just think, or what your character says to themselves. Sometimes when I'm performing the money mystery and I'm sensing the heads and tails, I don't actually say anything, but I'm still thinking, oh yeah, this feels like a tail, and on this one, that's definitely a head, and here's another head, so I think I know what they have. I may not be saying anything aloud, but the audience can definitely see something going on my face. They can tell I'm thinking about something, and it adds to the mystery, and it really makes it look like I'm working out. I'm really sensing what these coins are, so it adds to the story as well. So when you're working on the money mystery, as well as thinking about what you're going to do and what you're going to say, now you can think about what you're going to think. I hope you have fun with the money mystery and with all the other tips and tricks that we've looked at together through these workshops. There's more coming from BICT and friends at home, so stay tuned. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Oh, before I go, I hope you're enjoying these tips and tricks and that you try them for yourself at home. If you do, BICT and I would love to see it. Why not record your magic and send a clip to BICT? Just record it on your phone and email it to bictfest@gmail.com. I can't wait to see what you do. Bye for now.